Collective. I heard Spirit say, crying and scrying is a bad combination, not recommended. Mirror magic, black mirrors, scrying, projecting, reflecting, directing nasty energy through a mirror is not recommended. Crying and scrying is a hell of a combination, not recommended. Yeah, that's a lot. Welcome to Spiritual Core TV. Welcome to the Spiritual Core TV Marathon. If you're new, we welcome you. Peace be with you. And if you're returning back, welcome back, beautiful Soul Tribe family. I love y'all so very much. Thank you for the love, the support, the good comments, the genuine love, and the genuine efforts to just, come on in here with high vibrations, considering the circumstances, right? So listen, circumstantial evidence is being presented in spiritual court by way of spiritual litigation. Things are being deliberated over by way of bloodlines. Things are being made fair. Somebody's crying and scrying, honey, and it is not recommended. It is a bad combination that can only lead to something negative happening to the spell caster casting the illusions. I can see you, you can't see me. This was the energy, this was the intention that they said. Let's see what's going on. Holy Spirit, Divine Mother, please use me as a vessel to speak the truth, the whole truth. Please amplify the truth spell that we will see the truth, hear the truth only, and speak it as it is, as guided by the divine creator, as we are servants here to humanity as a guiding light, spirit guides, to guide people to the truth of the matter, not to decide for them by way of dictatorship, but to just, kind of nudge people. Hey, here's what's going to happen if you do that. Caution. It's always a caution to the wind. It's a think before you take action type of energy. This is really the element and or the current energy of the high priestess. Looking at things from all angles, even though we know that people will do what it is that they want to do, we're just here to simply say, hey, listen, if you take action on this, 9 times out of 10, here's what you're going to get. Now, there could be multiple outcomes. That absolutely could be a fact. And as a beautiful high priestess just reminded me that two things can be true at the same time. And then there's karma. Karma comes in to bring clarity, like, here's what it is. Here's the decision. And it comes from the spiritual courts of heaven. So once it has been decided, that's just what it is. That's the intention of the spiritual community. The real spiritual community are people who want you to make good decisions, who help you along the way, who hold space of love and light for you until you're able to hold it for yourself. With that being said, just so you know, moving forward, that's law. Can't be changed, can't be amended by anything in the dark realm. It's only going to be amended by way of the creator. So if anybody has any issues with these messages or messages over here or over there at any platform with real high priestesses who are helping, you need to take it to the creator. Filing a complaint with the collective is not going to help you. We will no longer be the wind beneath your wings. We're no longer carrying your false narratives. And crying and scrying is a bad combination. It's dangerous, actually. It is not recommended. Let's just see what's going on. This new moon, full moon, first year, beginning of the year, the number one. And when I mean first year, I mean new beginning. I'm 1 year old. That's what I just heard. I'm 1 year young. Oh my God. Somebody went into a contract. It's a contractual agreement. So the warnings that people are getting are not applicable. Why? Because they're bound to the contract. So they can't seek wise counsel. They can't do anything other than what they're doing. This is a form of fulfilling a contract. It is a form of how karma feels things need to play out, basically. It's like being bound and a slave to a contract that you promised and agreed to. Ooh, obligations, contracts, and agreements. Somebody's doing something by way of technology. This could be gang stalking. This could be copyright infringement. This could also be somebody digging up dirt, background checks, trying to figure out something, whatever it is, baby, they are on a slippery slope to some type of demise that I don't think they can see. They feel like this contract is solid. They feel like the contract is more powerful than spirit, the divine. Crying and scrying. Somebody could be scrying over a phone, over a computer. That is a form of reflection by way of the screen. That's what I just heard. Crying and scrying is not recommended. Something about collective spiritual gifts, something about how we're seeing things, something about seeing the truth. Yeah, bring karma in with you. Karma's going to make things fair. When you're using the truth by way of truth and clarity, karma's going to make things fair. You got a lot of people, unfortunately, being burned out of their house, of their vessels, fragmented energy, because they just can't seem to sit their dumb ass down. It's not recommended to be crying and crying at the same time. Spirit says, listen, by way of your contracts, demonic people, you need to choose a struggle. It appears as though all struggles are being applied to these people because they just didn't know what to do. They kept trying to bind your gifts. This says bind finances, but finances is your spiritual gift. Your pentacle is a spiritual gift for you to create abundance and manifest. Because the only way to create abundance is to be in the frequency and feel abundant and feel well. Peace be with you. This is the energy. So now that people can't bind your peace, your joy, they can't stop your flow. They can't stop you from using your gift properly here in the earth. That's what I just heard. Okay. So online, electronics, internet, and or computers. Okay. So you got a cool guy as a main character. Okay. Somebody that's getting a lot of attention, the main attractive person. Who's this cool guy? Authoritative figure, crying and scrying. Somebody's ascending to their highest good. Congratulations, collective. I just heard they can no longer say anything about this person. Transformation, rebirth, upgrade. Whatever they say, it's not going to apply. Whoever they are that have signed these contracts, commitments, obligations, and agreements, effective on this date is what I just heard, with expiration dates between them and demonic forces. They can't speak upon these divine masculines. They're going through transformations, ascensions, and the divine masculines are hearkening to the sound of the divine feminine. They know when they're in the presence of a real divine feminine. You can't hide it. Yeah. Somebody's being stripped down and or exposed for something that they're doing with technology. Their contracts are being exposed, bare, revealed. Somebody feels naked. Somebody feels transparent. They feel like your spiritual gift is making them be seen for something that they're doing. So not only are these demonic contracts, somebody never anticipated that they would be exposed, the details that went into the contracts. And so somebody feels naked. Yeah, I just heard somebody say, you're embarrassing me. Somebody could be stuttering as they're scrying and crying. You. That's what I hear somebody saying. You teasing me. Yeah, this person needs some milk and cookies. Divine feminine energy, cool guy energy, divine masculine, divine feminine, sweet, compassionate, and innocent. Being found innocent is the best thing in spiritual court. It's beautiful. I love that because that means that you're doing the right thing. You're respecting spiritual law. You're not stepping on any toes. Yeah, whatever this is, unconditional love for the inner child. I love that. It's giving mother, did you know that you would give birth to cool guys who would be authoritative figures, masculines who are decent and in order? Mary, did you know, sweet and compassionate and innocent? Mary, did you know? That wasn't my note. Mary, did you know? That was not my note. Get it together. Mary, 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 did you know that your baby boys will someday walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boys would be our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy would one day lead the world? The child that you delivered would soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that you rule the world? We love all the boys and girls. Crying and scrying is a bad combination. Add a little razzle dazzle with a little carving of a nasty candle, some blood, and some other stuff. Not recommended. It's only going to lead to exposing and making somebody feel embarrassed because they feel like the magic that they have is their own secret. But they keep doing it for all to see. So now it's being called out in spiritual court with accuracy. Pinpoint accuracy, okay? Somebody wrote on a candle, whatever their wish was, whatever their intention was, is being stripped down and they feel like they're embarrassed. Why would you do anything that you feel later would embarrass you? Somebody may have tried to bind your money. See the way money is over there bound with that black cord and string? Somebody could have tied a string around the candle. Somebody could have made a wish. They wrote on the candle, they scribed, they cried. Now they're mad because something's not coming to an end for you. It's not recommended. It's not recommended to be in this energy. We don't recommend it. Everybody has their own free will. Something about your spiritual rank, collective. Something about you being in a high spiritual rank, light team, spirit guides, spiritual gifts, main guide, divine masculine, mother and son. This could be your children. It's given mother and son. It's like a divine feminine giving birth to the cool guy, the main character, the star, who is now an authoritative figure, a decent guy, a decent man who's close to God, that's transforming the world by way of rebirth and upgrade. Sweet and compassionate, innocent. These are loving mothers, good mothers. Yeah, giving your children what they need in order to get them through life. Yeah, not stifling their gifts, not controlling them, but simply guiding them to what it is, being the guiding light. That's what I just heard. Wow. Yeah, because their souls already know what they've come here to do. So you don't need to control your children. Just guide them as best you can. I feel like we are the most like unserious group of parents of the decade, of the century, of the time. We reflect the time, literally. We reflect the time, honey. 1221 on the timer, something about the gatekeeper, something about winter solstice. Some type of an attack was planned for the new year. It backfired. These are good mothers. These are good mothers. Divine feminine energy, ascension, goddess energy, empress energy, fertility. You're abundant. You give birth to beautiful things. You give birth to beautiful people. Spiritual rank, unconditional love for a child. But I feel like the energy with the divine feminine is because you catered to your own inner child and gave yourself forgiveness and unconditional love. Because in order to nurture your inner child, you have to forgive your inner child for feeling as though they needed to forgive other people for things that they didn't do. You ever seen a child that feels as though they're bearing the weight of their family, their parents, their whatever, and it's not their fault? You actually have to tell them. 1313 on the timer. Something was real taboo. Somebody should have sat the hell down. Crying and scrying, I don't recommend it. It's a bad combination. But do as thou wilt. That's what Spirit just said. In order to be a good mother, you have to have satisfied your inner child with contracts, irregardless to the parents that you had, good or bad. You then became the mother and the father to yourself that you always needed. That's what I just heard. Yeah. You got somebody sitting up looking real crazy. Like, I don't even know how to paint crazy to this capacity. It's just beyond the point of going mad, insanity, rejection, abandonment. I wish that I could give y'all another message, but this is really their reality because of a contract that they signed. They signed this contract in truth. It was honestly what they wanted. They wanted it for truth. They wanted it for something to be made into a reality. Whatever is going on with these electronics, the internet, the computer, this could be online, whatever this is, okay? This could also be people calling you from fake numbers, scam likely. These are people that are trying to open up portals because the magic is backfiring. Remember, when you answer a call and you put it up to your ear gate, that's a portal. So call judgment over the words that people speak to you. Let it be their own. Because if you're walking in this beautiful energy collective, and I feel like this goes without saying, but let's just state the obvious for educational purposes. When you engage in these conversations and people know that, you open up a door, you open up a portal. So when the energy lifts up, okay, You have people that want to reattach that energy because they're bound to the contracts that you no longer are involved in. And when I mean no longer, you were never attached to these contracts. That was their truth. Remember, two things can be true at the same time. So their truth was that you would be hexed and cursed, your love life, your finances. That was their truth. And they experienced it. They saw this in the mirror. They cried and they scried and they projected their energy out. And they saw that you would be mirroring them and their chaos. But when that was not reality and the real truth came out by way of your reality, these people were left to see themselves. Yeah, I just heard they're staring at the man or the woman in the mirror. They were forced to see themselves. Now they're sitting in this energy of guilt and remorse. Why did I do that? But they're bound to the contract, so they can't stop. Whatever this is, collective, keep going. You're doing good. Your prayers are working. Your protection prayers are working. And the truth spell is here to aid and assist you with truth and clarity because you can handle the truth. You have peace that is surpassing all outer standings, all understandings, things that are under your feet. Because understanding this piece is not hard to recognize because you're in the right place, you're in the right space, you get it. Crying and scrying in the mirror is not a good combination. I can see you, you can't see me. Peekaboo ass energy. Somebody was hiding behind some nasty ass energy. Something about your adaptability, something about change and adjustment. You've gone through a major ascension. You actually cut a cord here too. I just realized that she has scissors in her hand and there's a cord. Can y'all see that? The cord and the scissors? Yeah. Cutting out that nasty energy because somebody was projecting this out. It's easy to cut out this energy because it doesn't belong to us. It doesn't belong to you. Contentment. I love this. The only way to get this energy is to go within. Can't fake it, can't buy it, can't be initiated into it. You can't leave offerings to get it. You literally have to cater to your own ori, your spiritual gifts, and stay focused on the main thing, which is spiritual rank, feminine abundance, queen energy, fertility, goddess, and empress energy. Oh man, this is really making somebody see their reality the way that it is. They didn't want to see the truth because remember, they were in the mirror scrying and crying. They're projecting onto you. So that was never a real energy because your spiritual gifts are here. Your high rank is here. Your spirit team is here. While you were mirroring your higher self, somebody was scrying and projecting out to you. And now they don't like the reflection. They don't like the man or the woman in the mirror. Snapped, unhinged, and instability. This right here always cracks me up. Look at their face. That's crazy. We don't recommend this energy. Yeah, we don't recommend this. Look at these two. This is their fragmented masculine and feminine energy. Overly emotional, easily angered, easily tempted, easily led astray. It's the demonic contract, though, that has to be adhered to because that was their promise. It is what they promised. Yeah. Something about your intuition. Somebody feels like you're embarrassing them. That's what I just heard. Foresight, divination, something like that. The illusionist, the healer, victim, grief, and sorrow. Yeah, crying and scrying, I don't recommend it. Be that in a mirror or a crystal ball. Candle magic, yeah, staring into the flame, trying to hex somebody, projecting out snapped and unhinged energy, instability, and crazy. Now somebody's playing the victim because they have a victim's mentality. Mentally, they wanted you to be victimized. Now they're seeing the reality of what they created. They're the illusionist that's not really setting any type of illusions or delusions, not for you at least. Maybe setting these intentions for themselves is what they couldn't see unconsciously. That's crazy. Something about you standing in your power, collective. You are the real magi. You are the real alchemist, the healer, catering to the inner child. I'm talking to beautiful mothers. Oh my God, who are meeting really good, nice guys. You're giving birth to good guys. Somebody could be working on their body. Somebody has a really nice body. Yeah, it's the kind of physical vessel that you really got to think if you're going to decide to attack this kind of person. See, the thing about people that do this spell work, what you'll see is that usually they don't take care of their body. They don't eat well. Their vessels are easily fragmented because they're constantly focused in on dark magic and dark contracts. Whereas the collective is out in nature. You could be squatting, you could be working out, you could be transmuting energy. So your physical vessel on a physical level is hard to attach a cord to, right? Yeah. It's not easy. You're transmuting things properly. Yeah, this is easy work on a light day. Thank you, Spirit. Crying and scrying, we don't recommend it. Something about your knowledge and something about your crown chakra collective. You are the divine collective. There is no negating that. There is nothing that can go up against the fact that you are the collective, the divine collective. Somebody is breaking free from a soul contract. I just felt it. Somebody's breaking free within the collective. You know, you could just feel amongst your soul tribe who's ascending and who's not. You can tell when one of us goes astray, you can feel it. And so we just pray that they see themselves, right? This is the divine collective, the people that have answered the call. Contentment and gratitude is your energy. Okay. Yeah. Somebody just broke a toxic contract. So there's contracts being broken, attachment, cords, negative thoughts, energies. Somebody could be leaving a toxic situation. Somebody is gaining insight from divination. That's the purpose. This really does make the high priestess happy when we see you all become sovereign beings and you become disconnected and you join us in the North Node, because there's a space for you. There's a spot for you. That means that you're seeing something. Somebody did a cord cutting on somebody's hexing curse. Somebody cut a cord on somebody's candle magic. Yeah, I just heard that's not my energy. That's not my energy. Hexing, cursing. Somebody realized that this black mirror, this scrying and crying, was somebody that was mirroring themselves. Never you collective. Yeah, that's not something that belongs to the person on the other side of the black mirror. Somebody could have been using a photo. They were cautioning, like, stop. Hey, 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 hey. You ever see a car come in and you see people in the street and you see them not paying attention, and it's like, okay, hey, 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 like, watch out. Watch out for that tree. When the rain falls, Spirit says, you'll hear the thunder call to the contracts as they are being fulfilled, good and bad and indifferent. That's still going to stand. Spiritual deliberation is taking place. The spirit realm is deciding on these contracts. Some of these people are trying to break these contracts. But I feel like the fact that you broke the contract before what somebody deemed was supposed to be the expiration date really has them looking crazy, shocked, dismayed, scared, surprised. This is unexpected energy that you're disinterested in staying in this toxic energy. I don't think we were ever interested in this. I feel like these are people that were trying to force us into this energy. Shocking news, unexpected. Yeah, somebody has to pay attention. There's divine masculines that are crowning right now as we speak, right now, literally finding peace and harmony, focused on their God selves. Divine masculine, what's good? Divine feminines, you've given birth to beautiful people. You're giving birth to a new world. A new world can only come by way of the divine feminine. That's it. She is the portal. She is the way. She is fertile. She is Mother Earth. She is Mother Water. She is Mother Air. She is Mother Fire. Those labor pains were something, wasn't it? Wasn't that something? Those labor pains. Peace, harmony, and divine masculine energy. Divine feminine, you're giving birth to new masculines. Inner healing, taking on the Madonna energy. You know, the mother, Mary, did you know? Yeah. And we're secure at that. A lot of spiritual protection. So collective, just giving thanks and gratitude to your spiritual protection for the Most High God in the universe, protecting our angels and protecting us from things that maybe we can't see yet, by way of asking for the truth. Because whatever you can't see right now, collective, is something that spirit is protecting you from. You're not supposed to see it right now, but when you do, because the truth is here, we're praying for the truth, we're asking for it, we expect it, and we know that it's going to show up. By the time the real truth comes out in a lot of these situations, you will be emotionally stable enough to handle it. Healing, recovery, mending. So you mended your broken heart, but that wasn't your energy. That was a projection, introspection, going within to inspect one's intentions. It was a trap. I'm telling you, these were traps. These are provoking energies. Yeah, somebody's saying, do you want to fight me? Do you want to catch these hands? No, we don't want to fight you. We're not interested. It is apparent that your contract is being fulfilled. What you signed, what you said, what you wrote, what you scribed, what you projected was not recommended, but you continued anyway. And when I mean recommendations, I mean suggestions. I mean divine intervention, synchronicities that warn you, hey, hey, don't do that. Hey, 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 psst, don't do that. We all have free will. Somebody willed something to happen, and now they won't admit to it, and they don't want to be in this energy, lack and scarcity, poverty, struggle. This is a contract, though. So spiritual court is saying this contract is being fulfilled. It just does not have us in it. Somebody broke a cord off of a dark contract. Congratulations. This was a deep one right here. You broke some type of toxic cords off of some type of negative karmic energies that were trying to hold you back, collective. I don't know which part of the collective I'm talking to, but I feel like these are people that are new to their ascension, and you're gaining some type of truth and clarity through divination. You could be watching tarot. You could be getting a consistent energy by way of beautiful high priestesses, high priests that are giving you the truth. It's like if you click off this video and then you click on to Mystic Nine's video or Divine Bay or people that we consider to be high ranked spiritualists that are really beautiful souls, or Shadow Empress. If you click on their video, it's going to be the same message. It may be told in a different way because it's the truth, and the truth can't be changed. It can't be altered. It's like we're connected by way of collectively leading people out of the dark. So it may come off a different way. It may be said a little bit differently. You may even get more information from another reader, a good reader, than you do here. But always it's the pieces to the puzzle to awaken you to these contracts. This is a form of holding space of love and light for you until you're able to ascend and see things for yourself. And now that you are, you're breaking the cord. Notice the way the cord has been broken. You broke the cord. So what does that mean? Whatever that contract is, whatever the expiration date is on it, you have people that wrote these contracts up that have to live out the contracts. So let's just say somebody casted a spell, a binding spell, love spell, curse, hex on your money, whatever. Let's just say they had a certain amount of time that they wanted demonic forces to enforce this contract, the effective date and the end date. Maybe they said for the next 10 years. Okay. So now that you are no longer adhering to the terms and conditions of the contract by way of being receptive to these people's instability, removing their energy out of your energy, you're no longer a part of the contract, which leaves them with the contract. Now they're sitting up reading the contract and what they wrote. Why are they shocked? Because when you remove collective, the contract is amplified. And so it brings in exactly what you wanted. Spellcaster, diabolical master, puppet masters, manipulator of spirits and souls. It is fulfilling its contract. It, meaning the demon or something like this, or blood contract. Somebody wanted to shut you up. They didn't want you to tell the truth. So now they have to be quiet and suffer in silence. Damn, that's law. Game over. Holy Spirit just says there will be no more warnings. There will be no more like taps on the shoulder, like psst, psst. That means when you stop getting warnings and you're doing something bad and you know it's bad, and you're not getting warnings, you have officially been disconnected from your higher self. You're in danger. Because now the light will not be yellow. It's going to be red. Somebody's about to see red because they don't have the green light to move forward with the contract that they wanted you obligated to. Some of these people tried to force your energetic signature to contracts. I just heard, I'm not signing that. Collective is like, been there, done that. I'm not signing that. And sometimes you sign a silent spiritual contract in conversation, gossip, engaging with people, staying with people that you need to leave behind, having sex with people that you need to abstain from having sex from. Those are contracts. When you allow somebody to enter into your body, feminines, you download their spirit and they download yours. You are a receptor of energy. Yeah, don't let nobody dump their spiritual contracts on you. Been there, done that. So now that you've broken these cords, wisdom has to kick in. So you move according to that. You pray about everything. Somebody came into my inbox the other day and then they tagged me on a post trying to get my attention. And so in the inbox, I saw like the preface of the message and it said, "Hey, what's up? You got Cash App? I can get you 13,000 right now. You send me 5." The first thing that I said was, "Okay, spirit, it's getting good. It's getting sticky. It's getting sticky." When the enemy creeps in like that and is sending out little agents, little agent Smiths, to come in with these weird ass contracts, man, something's about to get good. That's wisdom by way of revelatory experiences. Then they tagged me the next day in a post showing a video of other people sitting there with stacks of money. Like, "Yeah, I did it. It's legit. All you got to do is give your Cash App, yada, yada." I said, "Look at this here. Wasn't it enough that I definitely called on mercy and grace and I ignored you? I didn't give you any advice. I didn't respond to the message. I didn't say, 'Hey, you need to be careful with that.' I know some people that got caught up with that. You might not want to do that." Because then people feel like you're telling them what to do. You can't tell me what to do. Why? Because they're going to do what they want to do anyway. So if they want to set up the demonic contracts and they want to set up the diabolical altars, that's fine. But to say the collective has to join you, to say that we have to RSVP in the presence of people that are deeming themselves to be enemies when we are enemy free, we ain't got no enemies. We have Oris, high vibrational beings. We don't have no enemies or enemies. Yeah, multifaceted, diabolical versions of oneself that are fragmented. It's frozen mirrors in a broken glass. Somebody's stuck in this dark ass mirror that they keep scrying in. Crying and scrying. I don't recommend it. Now somebody's stuck in between some type of portal. What am I saying, spirit? I said I was done. I might come back and channel that one. Let me go ahead and meditate. Let me get in alignment, talk to my spirit guides, and just make sure that this is a part of one of my spiritual assignments. Spirit says no, there's no need. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Well, that was fast. Big shout out to everybody that is crowning, going through their ascension successfully. You are amazing. You are a beautiful example of radiance and what it looks like to overcome things that people never thought that you could. You should be so proud. Let us all wrap our arms around ourselves and just say thank you to my higher self for showing me the way, for being my real spirit guide. Thank you to the earth angels. People have to really be careful what they do. This is the cautioning message. No more warnings are coming. You do not know when you are entertaining an angel. It's set up that way. Hidden in plain sight, Spirit says. It's set up that way. I'm coming back with more readings, okay? Spiritual Core TV Marathon back to back. Hopefully you all are enjoying it. Don't forget to click the notifications button if you want to. If you want to find out when I'm uploading these readings, I really hope they're helping you. Give this video a thumbs up if you feel that's what your heart is telling you to do. Either way, I support you in the energy. I love you. I do. I'll see you soon. Peace be with you.